since Vox is banned now, we can quickly hover over that. The two matchups. So that is match 1. We had a Vox, a Fortress, and a Scarf, a Jewel ban on the one side, and then we had Taka, Rona, Celeste, and Ardent for Team Rin. Team Rin this time. Oh, I just closed the tab.
No problem.
Now I can't show it anymore. That is sad.
That
okay,
happens.
sorry about that, guys. That is super unfortunate. Well, Fortress got out of the picture, and therefore they had a Glaive, and yeah, the Glaive worked out actually also very good. I like that Glaive is getting picked, and in general we said that and we talked about that before this matchup already, that like there are so many heroes which are worth banning because like there are so many comps you can run. It also makes banning not that important anymore. Do you understand what I mean? Like basically because you can play so many comps, so you can't really ban anything super strong because everything is rock solid in 1.8, or at least a lot of comps are very, very playable.
Yeah, that's true. And even though in 1.9 much more, so I can't wait to see 1.9 VGL in November. This is the scene here, and everything is open. As said, no locks, no bans, no draft, and we will see about the first lock-ins.
Yeah, blue side Ardent Alliance seed 3. They won the first match, and then Team Rin seed 6. They won the second one. Still everyone hovering. Hovering over some heroes. It looks like a Vox pick there from Mixi. Xenotech is set in stone and in love with that Rona. We have a full pick for Ardent Alliance. That's a Taka, a Jewel, a Taka, an Adagio, and a Vox.
That's right.
No Jewel in the picture yet, so we saw actually Jewel getting picked up quite heavily in EU earlier. So a lot of crit was happening there. Not so far. In general, NA feels a bit more crystal carry heavy than EU is.
Okay.
5 seconds left, and there are the full lock-ins, and we are throwing it back to Tasty Bacon and Valdez.
Shatter the Vein, a podcast about vainglory.
Welcome back to the Halcyon Fold for another game number 3. The teams here are Ardent Alliance and Team Rin. The seeds were 3 for Ardent Alliance and 6 for Team Rin. So 2 of the best teams we have in this tournament, and they're fighting for one more spot in the semifinals. And this game is going to decide it all.
Yeah, we're one last game between these two. Rin just dominated that second game, and it's kind of crazy to me that we've had multiple matches now today where, you know, there will be one game that was extremely close, and then all of a sudden a team just completely takes off and makes it, you know, not very close at all. We've even had, you know, games where one team dominated, and then the very next game it was the complete opposite story. So really, really close matchups here in the VGL qualifiers, and I cannot wait to see how this one turns out.
Yeah, and of course for game 3, it's blind pick. No pick or no bans, no draft, none of that. And kind of interesting with all the different picks for heroes that you can go for, especially in that roaming position. We see double Adagio, especially when both Catherine and Arden, who are, I think, a bit more popular overall, were not picked.
Yeah, neither of them. And we had been seeing Catherine's being banned earlier in the day, and completely untouched in this series, actually. So neither of these two teams wanting to pick that high priority protector. And a thing that's kind of surprising me the most is the fact that there's only one Celeste. I really did expect to see another Celeste versus Celeste matchup, but Ardent Alliance opting to take the Vox instead, and we'll have to see. Of course, Mixi very strong on this hero and can do pretty amazing things, as we saw in the first game. It was a lot of the Vox, along with their Scarf, able to carry the game out, but it was Mixi on the Scarf in game 1, and I Love Joseph with the Vox, so switching it up a bit here.
I mean, I don't mind the Vox pick, really. I feel like there's maybe 3 tier 1 laners at this point, like Celeste, Scarf, and Vox. I mean, they played it before. I think it makes sense, and obviously Team Rin is a bit scared of it because I think they banned it last time, or maybe it was Ardent Alliance, they didn't want to give it up.
Yeah.
But regardless, you know, definitely a pick that Ardent Alliance deems very, very strong, and they did show that to us in game 1. So
Yeah, I was laughing when you mentioned the 3, top tier laners, because over and during the European games, I was saying the exact same thing to Blueberries. That's those 3, and then just a really big drop off from there. But the other thing that's interesting is Rin had banned Taka in both games, and so then of course I Love Joseph immediately picking that one up. So we'll have to see if those bans were justified or not. But we saw way earlier, again, back on the EU, when a Taka was picked and carried a game, it was answered with a Rona the very next game. And the team with the Rona was able to completely shut down Taka. But a lot of it was also with the playstyle, and I don't see Rin really using the proper playstyle that you need to completely shut down the Taka early on. You need to be constantly in his face, in his jungle, and preventing him from getting his farm and getting built up to that. If he gets that tension bow early without really any interruption, then Taka just starts to become extremely scary.
yeah, and although the Taka hasn't been doing too much invading of his own, so he's not getting like huge farm there, he's still farming it pretty decently in his own jungle, getting those rotations down and getting his own farm, so he'll have a decently timed tension bow. At least he goes for a very early weapon infusion, something that may be less popular in a future patch, but for now it's gonna work out, and I don't mind it.
Yeah, I think the biggest surprise for me from the blind pick is the lack of hard CC from either team. And you have the silence on the Vox, and you have stun from Celeste, and I guess a situational stun from the Adagio, but that's really it. Like, there's no hard stuns really coming out from either team, and it's going to be actually a big fight here over the gold mine. Whalmer is going to be going down. However, it is going to be hard carrying the one actually securing the gold mine in the end. So they give up a kill, pick up the gold mine, try to snipe out the Taka there, but the Solar Storm did not connect. And 1-0 kills in favor of Ardent Alliance. However, a even on the gold for both of these teams.
Yeah, I was kind of worried about that Taka trying to steal the gold mine there, but kind of running straight into 3 members and getting hit by a core collapse, somehow stays alive. Props to the Taka. Only the best can pull that kind of thing off. But yeah, I mean, we're seeing now that Adagio is very low. He's going to be jumped on here by the Rona. Has not died just yet, and in the meantime, Taka was able to pick off the Adagio on the other team, but now, as we're beginning to see, Taka really cannot duel this Rona, as you were saying before.
Yeah, we also did see Mixi going in deep up top to pick up the kill on to hard carrying as they dodge out these 2 scout traps. Is he going to dodge the third one? He does dodge the third one, but Rona is jumping on in. The Kaku used to get away, and he will Xenotech, just wanting to get him off of his jungle camps. picking those up, and then just making a trip to the jungle shop. Gonna be picking himself up another weapon blade. Shiver Steel is finished for the Rona, and Eye of Harvest, actually the first item there for Mixi. A little bit surprising to see that as the first item pickup for Vox. Usually they like to rush down the alternating current, as Xenotech now goes in and finds the Taka, but is going to pay for it by going down to Mixi. So 1 for 1 in that trade.
Yeah, just speaking about, well, we may have a fight here once again. Hard carrying getting very close. Core Collapse is going to miss. I'm not sure if Vox can really... Oh, he's going to go for the Wafer. He is going deep, and oh, one more auto attack would have done it against the Celeste, but it's not going to be enough. Only Adagio is going to go down. Solar Storm will also miss, and this may be a good opportunity to go for this gold mine.
Yeah, they're just going to clean that one up real quick. 5-2 now on kills for Ardent Alliance. And with the decent gold payout there, they jump out to a 1,500 gold lead as well. So starting to look really strong. Taka not hard carrying, but doing decently for himself.
Oh yeah, making it work. And just going back to what I was saying about the item builds, these players definitely mixing it up. You were talking about the Eva Harvest. I think it's definitely to sustain against both the Celeste and the Rona. Rona, if she gets onto you, you're going to need some sustain just to keep yourself alive. And against Celeste as well, you know, you're going to be eating those heliogenesis at all times. So definitely a good item for that as well.
And another fight breaking out in the lane. Both of these teams being very aggressive. Flash X is so close to falling, but is going to manage to stay alive here. So the score remains the same for now. Flash X needs to be careful. I know he's got a lot of energy, and he's going to try and help Mixi, and will actually get the assist there. And is it going to be 2? No, just the 1 kill, but here comes Xenotech trying to even it up. The heal coming out from Flash X will keep him alive, but now I Love Joseph wants a piece. Is going to find 2 scout traps instead. Such close fights happening right now, but every single one of them so far is just slightly going in favor of Ardent Alliance.
Yeah, I mean, Mixi on this Vox is, to me, even more impressive than I Love Joseph was in the first game. He is getting, like, solo kill after... It's not even really a solo kill. He's got an ally there, but it's almost like the ally is just watching him kill them and go 1v2. It's really insane. His control over the lane is really fantastic.
Yeah, 4-0 with a 20 CS lead here at 10 minutes. Definitely helping his team to the lead that they have. Goldmine going to be changing hands again, but will it come at a cost? There goes the wait for it, and they're going to jump on in. Xenotech will fall. Now they turn their attention onto Walmart. The X-Retsu going out onto hard carrying, and that split focus may have just cost them a kill there. Got to figure if that X-Retsu was used on Whalmer, it would have been a kill, although it's going to just come out now for a little bit of damage taken in return. But Solar Storm going to get blocked with the reflex block. Nicely done there. And in the end, they still managed to get the 2 kills for none.
Yeah, just beginning to push that advantage in Vox once again. We did see Team Ruin was able to pick up that gold mine. We'll hold that thought. The members here very, very low of Ardent Alliance, but they're still going to go in. Celeste gets stunned down by the Wrath of Judgment, Versus Judgment rather, but here comes Rona coming in, trying to break down Adagio, going to get him very low, and he will be able to kill him. And now can he duel against this with the help of Adagio? Definitely will be able to, and gets the kill.
Great play from Xenotech on this Rona, using that red mist so effectively, able to just destroy the health bars of Vox and Adagio, and then, of course, in that last second, just getting it up again and using it to take out I Love Joseph with Whalmer's help. Very, very nicely done by Team Rin, and all of a sudden, they are right back in this game.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job. You can see at the highest level like this, when it's really, really competitive, it's just so back and forth. And once again, hard carrying going to be caught out here. Not the first time this has happened all game. And he's going to go down now. Whalmer very low as well, but here comes Xenotech on that Rona. You cannot underestimate him at this point in the game.
Yeah, and I mean, we had talked about it previously about how the strategy of, when there's a Celeste trying to just build a team based around ganking her, that's exactly what Ardent Alliance is doing here. They're going to have another fight by the Goldmine. Goldmine is getting involved, but the health bars are so low. Here comes a Solar Storm sniping them out from the base. Ilev Joseph is going to go down. Mixi, the only one left alive for Ardent Alliance, and Xenotech is going to be jumping on him, but that's so much damage. The red mist, though, not quite enough. Mixi comes out on top of that. But overall, I'd have to say that is a win for Team Rin.
Yeah, but you really do get to see that Eve of Harvest coming through. I just noticed that, just barely surviving. And part of the reason why you did choose that item is really cool to see. But yeah, I mean, Team Rin, they've got that gold mine, really getting closer and closer to filling up here. And looking to defend it. They did a great job of that just there. And I feel like their objective for the future is really going to be, we need to get on top of Vox. We need to jump on him, get the slow with the Shiver Steel, with the Adagio heal, with whatever, and then go for a core collapse and really try to shut him down. Because the other members at this point, I mean, Taka's doing a decent job as well, but I'm really looking at Vox as we get later and later in here to be the one outputting massive damage.
Yeah, they're going to be going for another fight. Hard carrying once again, going to be the first one to fall. Now they turn their attention onto Whalmer. Xenotech going to jump out to safety. But that is a big fight win for Ardent Alliance. 14-7 now in terms of kills. I love Joseph. I think he was thinking about going for the kill on Xenotech, but does instead decide to back off as they pick up the gold payout. 265 gold each. A big payout collected there. And now they're just going to go back into the lane and probably push this into the turret. I don't think they're going to be able to take it. Only one minion left here is going to go down pretty quickly. So those defenses are going to be turned back on. And all of a sudden now Xenotech and hard carrying Solar Storm going to hit all three, but really just not that much damage as it was, I believe, Crucible.
Yeah, big Crucible as well as a bunch of shield on this entire team, but able to just take out Adagio. And that is about it. Maybe they'll use this time, go for the gold mine. Once again, this gold mine has been traded out so many times.
Oh, they didn't
not,
get it, though.
actually. Yeah. Kraken will spawn and give that gold to Ardent Alliance.
Yep, so that is going to be, now with Kraken spawning, Team Rin looking to start it off, but they need to be careful. I mean, they do actually only have I Love Joseph nearby. They probably could have taken it, but not quite sure of that fact. And so they do back off of it now. We're going to wait for Joseph to come back around, but he's coming back around with the rest of his team. So we could end up with another 3-on-3 fight on our hands.
Yep, gonna get that slow onto both Whalmer and Xenotech. Gonna line up that wait for it, and there it goes. Huge amounts of damage now coming out here. But Flash X being hit by huge heliogenesis. The supernovas are coming out, and Celeste alone essentially is going to push Ardent Alliance back.
Here comes the Solar Storm off cooldown, but not enough energy for it. That was a massive core collapse, though. It caught all three members of Ardent Alliance in it for a big stun and really turned that fight around. If that Solar Storm had been off cooldown, that could have been a massive ultimate, or had enough energy as well. But instead, it's actually going to be Mixi taking advantage of the situation and pushing in onto this turret. Should be able to pick this one up and back out safely. Nice job. Good game sense and map awareness.
Yep. Now just gonna back off. He's got a healthy amount of cash. Gonna finish his Broken Myth. And now we got a Vox on 4 items. Alternating Current, Eve of Harvest, Broken Myth, and an Aegis. And, you know, as I was saying before, you know, if they catch the Vox, it's gonna be okay. But as we saw in that last fight. But if they don't catch him, this guy is going to be doing heavy amounts of damage to this Team Ren.
Yeah, it's exactly what he has been doing all game. Sitting at 8-1-3. Really, really strong showing from McShee on the box. I Love Joseph at 5-3-4. Of course, 1-5-12 for Flash. Meanwhile, over on the other side, it is a lot about Xenotech on this Rona. 6-3-3. Doing what he can to try and stop the Taka from being able to do too much. And of course, the Vox, it's a lot tougher to stop Vox, I feel, as the Rona, because of the fact that he can just kind of jump around. And of course, with the silence, Rona, her damage output is massively decreased without being able to spam her B.
Oh yeah, and part of that also comes with, you know, being in range, and you know, the support role also is going to be peeling for that hero, so it's definitely going to be very hard, as we were talking about before. Really got to hand it to Team Ren, controlling the jungle really nicely so far, even from behind. It seems like Ardent Alliance hasn't really... They know that they can't get caught, so once again playing that like opportunistic passive style where they never overextend. And if they ever have a feeling like Team Ren is hiding in a bush anywhere near, if they take a peek at them, they see them somewhere, then they just back off.
Or they go all in as they are right now. Taka trying to sneak in on the backside. They're going to jump right onto hard carrying, but the healing is coming through so big, and Vox is just doing a ton of damage. Flash X so close to falling. Xenotech is going to go down. They pick up 2. They only miss the Celeste. She's trying to run away, trying to recall. It's going to get canceled though, and Mixi is going to be taken down. Hard carrying, trying to do just that and putting a ton of damage out. Flash X going to have to run away, and hard carrying gonna chase this one down for at least a little bit longer. Lands one more Heliogenesis. I don't think it's gonna have enough to catch him. No, especially now with that move speed from Flash X. He's going to try and recall behind this bush, and it is going to be able to get out. What a fight. What a match.
This is game 3 we're talking about, and we're having these kinds of fights right outside the Kraken where it could go either way. And, you know, both sides having double Fountain of Renewal. So what you see is these very, very long team fights, which generally, you know, Celeste is going to be fantastic at any kind of crystal power carry, so Vox is going to be good at it as well. But they're just lasting so long, and everybody's getting so low. Is hard carrying going to get caught out here again, though? Looks like it. He's going to go down. And Adagio also taking a ton of damage. I said it before, it's not the first time he's been caught out here. And at this point in the game, when it's this tense and this close, that cannot happen.
Yeah, especially 20 plus minutes in. That's a 40-second death timer. That means an easy turret going to go down here in favor of Ardent Alliance. And it's not looking very good. The positioning from hard carry, as you mentioned, it's really left something to be desired. You have to allow Xenotech or Whalmer to be the first one on the front lines. Otherwise, that's just going to happen over and over and over again.
Yeah, I think it's just a mindset of like, oh, we're a little bit behind. I got to farm. I got to be in the lane, you know. But whenever you're up against a Taka and Vox combination with a Warhorn on the other side, like, you can't be near that bush, essentially, because they could just run up straight through there, activate Warhorn, go into Kaku, whatever. You're going to be jumped on. And as Celeste, you mentioned one of her biggest weaknesses, her main weakness is her lack of mobility. If you jump onto her and she misses core collapse, she's dead. No amount of Fountain of Renewals are going to save her life unless she, like, manages to get off like a 3-man Solar Storm and sustain it all back with double Eva Harvest. But even that is going to be hard with the amount of burst damage that comes out of Taka and Vox.
I like this right now, setting up a bunch of the stars from Heliogenesis for the for the Supernovas, but Kraken is pushing in onto these double turrets. This could be really big for Ardent Alliance. They're gonna go in looking for the fight.
Yeah, they're coming in there. Oh, baby, getting a 3-man burst of judgment. Xenotech will be the first to go down. Whalmer is going to follow up, and now it's all going to be up to Celeste with a Kraken coming down here as well to stop them, but I don't think she can. She's going to go down, and that's going to be it. 3 guys go down, and this will be game number 3 going to Ardent Alliance. They are going to the semifinals.
And locking up that third semifinal position, Ardent Alliance in dramatic fashion. All 3 games lasting 20+ minutes. I think the 22 minutes right there may have been the shortest one of the 3. What a match between these 2 teams. It's a shame that both of them can't advance, but unfortunately, that's just the way that it is. Congratulations to Ardent Alliance moving on to the semifinals.
Yep, so that's gonna do it for us, guys. We're gonna send it back to our friends in Germany once again. Take it away.
All right. Well, we would love to take this